Hello there and welcome back to War Thunder. Today I want to begin the video slightly different, showing you the post-battle results, because this is a Naval Forces video and the rest will be a kill compilation, but it will be from one match, because as you can see there are 22 kills that I obtained within over 30 minutes gameplay, and it is in the USS Cleveland, which is a ship that seems to be really great in the current meta, and I think that there is enough to talk about. So I think you should join me in a journey through Naval Forces current state, and I think that it is really impressive to see how the enemy team completely crumbles, but also that there are some things that should be addressed here and there. This is not a rant, this is just pure showcase. And in typical Naval Forces fashion, we begin with a traffic jam, because you really can't make the maps big enough for cruisers to spawn next to each other in such a way that they could actually, maneuver, but you still spawn them close enough that they can shoot each other right from the start. Again, just pointing out things, and we will see how this actually will last. Now, about the Cleveland. The Cleveland is basically like a USS Helena, or just like the USS Brooklyn, -1 main gun turret, but for that with enhanced heavy AA. So the ship has really great DPM, it has also really great armor. On top of the barbette and turret armor, there is also a reasonably good belt protection. The magazines are way below the waterline and protected by reasonably thick deck armor, and still some side plating on the water of 50mm. So this is incredibly tough to crack. And on top of this, with this ship you now have overall 6 twin 5-inch 38 dual-purpose secondaries or heavy AA batteries with 5,400 rounds, and they also shoot incredibly fast, and they also shoot proximity fuse high explosive shells that explode when they are the closest to an enemy plane. And on top of this, we also have 4 twin 40mm Bofors mountings and 13 single 20mm. So this ship fires amongst the 6-inch caliber heavy cruisers in the fastest rate of fire, 6 seconds reload, and you have 12 guns, again only beaten by the Helena and the Brooklyn, and that is just incredible. And you also have very devastating shells, and you have a good variety. The normal high explosive shells carries 5.9 kilograms of TNT. That is really incredible. The AP is actually APCBC round and has enough penetration even at 10 kilometers range to deal with its opponents, although the bursting charge is a little bit low. And you also have base fuse high explosive, which seems to be a bit better for dealing with other American ships due to the massive buff that those anti-fragmentation armor has seen in War Thunder and Naval Forces. And on top of this, if you really don't like aircraft, you can even shoot at them with your main batteries, and you have a proximity fuse shell even for your main batteries, although at the moment you can equip only 3 shell types per main gun or secondaries. So again, this is just a really rapid run through the match that, as I said, took like half an hour. Now, I think that this ship is really worth at the moment, but on the other hand, if you have the Helena, if you have the Brooklyn, then it's not really that much of a game changer. And the extra AA, the long range AA, yeah, it's nice, but is it really worth the ridiculous 220,000 RP for this yet another American kind of fresh out of the box heavy AA, heavy anti-everything cruiser? It's down to you. I think for American sailors it's cool, and I loved this ship when it was also apparent in another game at rank 6. So I don't want to get distracted here. What I try to do is play the objective, and you can see my steadily progress going on the minimap, and I just try to go to the objective. I want to go to B. I want to destroy all the patrol boats, all the destroyers, all the cruisers, but then also the AI ships. And some of my teammates were long-range sniping. And yeah, that is only the 20 millimeters, believe it or not. So I'm not even in full shoot at everything mode because reasons. So I just wanted to challenge me a bit here and there, looking out for things. So the cruiser basically got it all, and it is nearly untouchable. And remember, this is not one of those big gun cruisers. This doesn't have 8-inch guns. This doesn't have the 7-inch guns from the Russians. It doesn't have the 11-inch guns from the Admiral Graf Spee. It's just a DPM monster. It fires a lot of shells per minute, and those shells, for their caliber, hit reasonably hard. And just look at what the AA delivers. For planes, you're practically untouchable, and the AA is spewing out such a volume of fire that the planes also disintegrate and get killed off before they really can do a suicide move. And then there is the survivability. Amongst the cruisers, this is probably the best. Again, the Barbette has some of the toughest armor in the game for cruiser Barbettes. The turret phase is some of the best, if not outright the best. And the anti-fragmentation just protects you from especially low caliber HE, but even high caliber HE doesn't do the damage that it used to do. Guess why you don't see Admiral Graf Spee all of a sudden? Because its DPM was always tragic. It was always about the Alpha Strike, and that Alpha Strike it now got robbed from, and it doesn't really help the ship, to be honest. And even if you would meet it, you know, then it would still be able to work with the SAP or the AP, but the DPM is just outright not competitive, and the accuracy, the precision of the guns is also not there. Now, another thing happens around about now. You can see that I got a shallow waters warning message, and that will haunt me a little bit. And I cut this out in great length here because it took almost 15 minutes since I was here, so that oh, another plane. I wonder how this is going to end. Yeah, I actually shut it down, or I didn't shoot it down, somebody else shut it down. So there you can see what I do to planes, if you haven't noticed already. So the thing is, I am stuck here, and despite this ridiculously awesome killing spree versus players, versus planes, also versus bots and AI ships alike, I don't really feel like this was cool action. I think that this is really artificial. I think a lot of things have been better in the patch before, and I think that this is in particular haunting stock ships. The HE nerf is really drastic. It is something that again makes it really harder to get to the or to get through the cruisers and their stock grind. So here, by the way, I'm stuck, and I'm getting a 2-minute timer around about now, and I just can't reverse. Trust me, I'm trying, but I was always scraping with the keel over the shallow water, so it was not high enough that I would have get stuck, but I also couldn't turn, I couldn't do any maneuver. So far for Gaijin's map design. There was no real indication. How would you know if you haven't been here before with a cruiser? Should I do a custom battle for every single map with every single cruiser to figure it out where I can go and where I can't? I think this is a little bit stressful. So here I was then eventually stuck, and then I only had a few seconds left. I had no idea where the last was. That was one hell of a great ambush, and it absolutely didn't help him. He tried to escape, but no, my friends. And I'm still alive. I was shot by light cruisers, by heavy cruisers, destroyers, planes, everything. And still, I have so much crew left, and I have no problems with survivability. And then just when the time ran out, I got a reset for... I have no idea. I have no idea. And that was actually the last player left alive. And if you feel like a little bit bored, I didn't even try. And still I got this result. I think this is one hell of a great example of what's wrong with American ships. They are absolutely meta right now. Heavy cruisers have no place. Destroyers are in a pitiful state and again are dominated by American designs. I know that the US Navy was great, but That's a bit much, Gaijin. Quick word about the result for half an hour, and that killing and surviving, winning with a premium account, that was not really that awesome as of a result. Back to the Cleveland, fantastic ship. I can recommend it, but I have no idea what will change in the future. Gaijin has no control over naval forces, it seems. It's all over the place. It's total RNG. It's completely wild at the moment. And yeah, I think on that bombshell, I think that's everything that I've got for you today. So thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed the video nonetheless. Please give it a like, give it a subscribe if you want to see more, and we'll see each other on the battlefields, in the skies, and on the waves of War Thunder.